Have you ever wondered why some people can say all the right things, "I love you, you mean everything to me," and yet, something still feels off? That's because real love, the kind that reaches deep into the soul, can't be spoken into existence. It isn't proven through perfect words or grand gestures, it's revealed quietly, through presence, through small acts of care, through the moments when the masks come off and only truth remains. No matter how charming or practiced someone might be, love can't be faked. The truth of the heart always finds a way to show itself, in the tone of a voice, in a glance that lingers, in the way tenderness replaces performance. Love speaks in silence. It shows up in connection, not conversation. For many women, especially later in life, there comes a time when we ask ourselves a quiet question: how do I know if his love is real? And that question isn't about doubt, it's about longing for truth. Because real love feels different. It's calm. It's consistent. It's safe. Here's something most people never realize: love is rarely loud. It doesn't need to announce itself. It reveals itself through instinct, through subtle emotions that surface only when we feel safe enough to be vulnerable. The moments when everything slows down, when two people simply exist together, breathing in rhythm, that's where truth hides. Not in words, but in connection. The first sign of genuine love often shows itself in the eyes. Deep eye contact, that's silent confession. There's something almost sacred about the way someone looks at you when their guard is down. It's not a casual glance, not a polite look of admiration, but an unbroken gaze that seems to quiet the world. When a person truly loves you, they don't just look at you, they look into you. Their eyes are saying, "I see you. I understand you." It's not about perfection or performance. It's about presence. When someone truly connects, their eyes soften. Their energy changes. It's not lust or infatuation, it's recognition. You can feel it, that moment when their soul reaches toward yours. It feels peaceful, grounding, and unmistakably real. But not everyone can meet that gaze. Some people look away, not because they don't care, but because vulnerability can be terrifying. It takes courage to be seen completely. Love demands that courage, and not every heart is ready to show itself fully. But when someone does hold your gaze, even for just a heartbeat longer than expected, something deep inside you recognizes it. That's the language of trust. And yet, love doesn't end there. Because real love is never just about being seen, it's about what follows. The second sign is selfless giving, the quiet instinct of devotion. You can sense it right away. There's a shift, a tenderness in their actions, a subtle change in focus from what they want to what makes you feel loved, safe, and at peace. When love is genuine, care becomes effortless. There's no performance, no need to impress. Their joy comes from your joy. Their peace feels complete when you feel understood. It's no longer about taking, it's about sharing. I've seen countless examples of this kind of connection. A partner who brings you tea without being asked. Someone who remembers how you like to be spoken to when you're upset. Or the quiet way they stay close when you need comfort without needing to fix everything. That is love, not loud, not flashy, but present. This selfless kind of giving isn't learned, it's instinctive. It's what happens when love quiets the ego and turns attention outward. When affection becomes an act of empathy. True intimacy, emotional intimacy, has nothing to do with perfection. It's not about being good at showing love. It's about being genuine in it. A person who truly loves you doesn't make you chase validation. You simply know. You feel it in the stillness, in the ease, in the comfort of being fully yourself. But there's another layer to love, one that reveals itself not during the most passionate moments, but right after them, when everything slows down and the noise fades. Because once the world grows quiet, that's when the heart speaks the loudest. And it's in that silence, in the space between words, that the third sign of real love begins to unfold. There's something deeply revealing about the quiet moments that follow closeness, the stillness when words fade and all that remains is presence. That's when love either deepens or disappears. Because real connection isn't about what happens in moments of intensity, but about what happens afterward, when everything slows down and authenticity steps forward. When someone truly loves you, they don't pull away once the excitement fades. They linger. They stay close, not because they have to, but because something inside them feels at peace beside you. Their stillness is comfort, not distance. They might talk softly, share a memory, or simply rest quietly. These are not small gestures. They are the body's way of saying, I trust you. In those moments, you begin to see who they really are. You might notice the way they breathe beside you, how they listen, how they let themselves be still. That stillness is love made visible. It's emotional safety, the sense that you can both exist without pretending. Many people struggle to stay present after intimacy or vulnerability. Society teaches detachment, control, and distance. But love is different. Love stays. Love listens. Love lingers. When someone remains near you after the world grows quiet, it's not habit, it's devotion. It means their heart feels safe enough to rest beside yours. And as that trust deepens, something beautiful begins to happen. Your bodies, your emotions, even your rhythms start to align. You begin to move in harmony without even realizing it. That's what psychologists call emotional synchrony, but to those who experience it, it simply feels like peace. You'll notice the small things, the way they reach for your hand just as you begin to reach for theirs, how your breathing falls into rhythm, how silence between you feels full, not empty. That's what real love sounds like, a quiet understanding, a wordless connection. It's not control. It's resonance. This kind of connection can't be faked or forced. It's the natural result of emotional safety. When two hearts trust each other, they begin to move together, not in imitation, but in harmony. That harmony is love's quiet truth. But love isn't only about closeness. It's also about protection, not the kind that limits or controls, but the kind that creates space for peace. The fifth sign of genuine love is protective tenderness. You'll see it in small, almost invisible ways, the hand on your back as you cross the street, the text that says, just checking you got home safe, or the way they notice when something's off before you even say a word. This protection doesn't come from pride or power. It comes from care. When someone truly loves you, they start to feel your well-being as part of their own. Your happiness becomes their quiet mission. They're not trying to fix you or change you, they simply want you to feel secure. That kind of love doesn't shout, it whispers. It's seen in the way they listen, the way they adjust, the way they make room for your emotions. It's not possessive. It's peaceful. And that peace leads to something even deeper, emotional presence. The sixth sign of true love is when someone holds not just your hand, but your heart. It's the difference between being heard and being understood. You can feel it when they stay calm during your storms, when they listen without judgment, when they remain steady even when emotions rise. This kind of presence doesn't come from training, it comes from courage. The courage to sit with discomfort, to stay open when it's easier to pull away. When someone listens without needing to fix everything, when they offer comfort instead of advice, they're saying something profound, you are safe with me. That safety transforms love from passion into peace. It's what makes a relationship last beyond the excitement, what makes it deepen with age instead of fading. And finally, the seventh sign, the most powerful of all, is something words can barely describe. It's when love becomes more than something they do, it becomes who they are. You feel it in their presence, in the calm they bring into your space, in the way they look at you without needing to speak, in the stillness that feels like home. You don't question it, you don't chase it, you simply know. That's love in its purest form, love that has evolved beyond effort into being. At that level, two people are no longer trying to impress or please one another. They're simply existing together, whole, peaceful, and aligned. It's not about perfection, it's about belonging. And that's the ultimate truth, real love doesn't need to be performed or proven. It reveals itself quietly, in eye contact that lingers, in hands that stay, in silence that feels safe. So if you recognize these signs, cherish them. And if you don't, remember this, it's never too late to invite that kind of love into your life. Because love isn't only for the young. It's for the open-hearted, the brave, and those who still believe that the truest connection begins when two souls finally stop pretending, and simply see each other.